We're here back in the Fantasy Wire Big Wednesday night in the NBA. We've got 6 of my favorite plays, and we're going to get you some correlation targeting 3 of my favorite games with some value plays, some guys I think are underpriced, and of course, my favorite play of the night. Who we talking about? Belly up to the Fantasy Bar and find out. Welcome in, guys. Wednesday edition Beers Daily Fantasy 6-pack. Good to be back here once again in the Fantasy Bar. 6 of my favorite plays for a big Wednesday night in the NBA. Before we get into the plays, a couple things. As always, make sure you're hitting that thumbs up button. Greatly appreciate that. As I always say, that's a tip jar here in the Fantasy Bar. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Get notified when these videos are coming out. And lastly, guys, March Madness right around the corner. Arm yourself with some tremendous information, tons of premium picks already up for some of these first round games. But head over to scoresandodds.com/beer. The link in the description of the video. Easy. Go down, click that. Check it out. Get signed up today. Tons of information, analytics, trends, histories between the teams. Compare the odds across all of the different sports books to get the best price. And again, premium picks, not only for March Madness, NBA and the other sports as well, all under one umbrella. I promise you, you're going to like what you see there. Go and check it out today. Scoresandodds.com/beer. All right, let's get into the NBA here for tonight. And it's Wednesday. We want to break up the week a little bit. So we're going to go happy hour style. Nobody over 8K here on either site to make your life easy, including my beast of the night. So let's dive in. Let's start at point guard, shooting guard with Tre Mann of the Thunder. So we know OKC once again going to be thin, and especially on offense. Josh Giddey, Lu Dort remain out tonight. We also have a questionable tag on SGA as of this recording, but whether he's in or not, I still like Tre Mann. Obviously, SGA is out. Tre Mann becomes as close to a must play as we can lock in, but even if he's in there, still like what I'm seeing here out of Tre Mann. At least 28 or more DraftKings points now in 7 of the last 11 games. So pretty consistent here for a guy in the mid-range. 3 of those games, 37 or more fantasy points. So we're seeing the ceiling here as well. And San Antonio's really struggled with point guards this season. 5th most fantasy points allowed to this position. So Tre Mann simply too cheap. Great value here to lead us off. All right, let's go to the other side of that game. Definitely a game I am targeting here tonight. Let's go on the Spurs side at shooting guard, small forward with DEVIN. This guy just continues to improve night in, night out. We're seeing it. If you're seeing any of the games here with the Spurs, this guy's looking like the real deal and giving us the fantasy production we're certainly looking for as well. 30 or more DraftKings points now in 8 of his last 14 games. A very good matchup for him here tonight. We know Oklahoma City, always a team we want to target here, but he's been solid against them, averaging over 30 DraftKings points a game in 3 matchups so far this season. And as we'd expect, Oklahoma City, bottom 3 against both shooting guards and small forwards this season in fantasy production allowed. So we know Murray's the headliner here, but VASSELL continues to get better. Great mid-range price with some serious upside here against Oklahoma City. All right, on to our next game. We're going to go to Atlanta with our center pick, and that's CLINT CAPELA. So John Collins out again tonight for Atlanta. It's a nice little bump here for CLINT CAPELA here tonight, who puts a little bit more usage on the table for him, couple more rebounds, couple more scoring opportunities, and those little bits can take you from a nice floor to a solid ceiling here. And I think that's what we're going to get here with CLINT CAPELA. Now, the floor has certainly been there for him. 29 or more DK points now in 6 of the last 7 games. So starting to get the consistency that we've been used to over the years with CLINT CAPELA. I know it's kind of been an up and down roller coaster here this season, dealing with some injuries. We're starting to get the guy back, and we're not paying a lot for him. Think about some of the prices we've paid for CLINT CAPELA over the years. Now, Charlotte, this is a matchup we've targeted all season long with centers. 3rd most fantasy points allowed. I think a double-double definitely in the cards if you are a betting person. In DraftKings FanDuel lineups, that 6K price point, perfect here for CLINT CAPELA. All right, to the Charlotte side, another game that I'm targeting here tonight. Plenty of options here, but I'm going back to the well on small forward, power forward, Miles Bridges. So we had Bridges Monday night, was good to us in that spot, and been good here over the last couple games, averaging almost 49 DraftKings points per game. So really giving us that solid 6-7X that we are seeking here. The matchup against Atlanta, one he's thrived in as well. We're talking 3 matchups this season. This guy's averaging almost 29 points per game against this team, which is equated to almost 45 fantasy points per game. So Miles Bridges, this whole Charlotte team, love Rozier, love LaMelo Ball as well. This game very stackable with CAPELA on the other side, Trae Young, plenty of options here. I love Miles Bridges in all formats tonight. against the Atlanta Hawks. All right, to the point guard position and on to our next game. We're going to Portland with Brandon Williams of the Blazers. Now, I know these prices are certainly elevated. We had Brandon Williams way back when he was minimum price on the start of this run and did us well. And I know the price up to 6,500 is a little bit of sticker shock here, but FanDuel at 5,200 is certainly an enticing price point here. And even at 6,500 on Williams, I think there's still some upside in that price. So don't let the price scare you away here. Portland, we know, going to be super thin for offense, missing half their team pretty much. Anthony Simons also going to miss once again here tonight. So it's basically Josh Hart, Brandon Williams doing a lot of the offensive heavy lifting here. Actually leads this team in usage when you run the numbers in our Court IQ tool over the last 4 weeks with all of these injuries, especially at the point guard position. So good matchup here. Brandon Williams, still plenty of meat on that bone. Get him in those lineups tonight against the New York Knicks. All right, it's time to take a look at my favorite play. Before we do that, we want to continue our Beast of the Night contest, guys. This is free to play, easy to play. All you got to do, get in the comment section right below the video and guess fantasy points on FanDuel tonight for my favorite play. Closest guess going to win themselves a free week of RotoGrinders Premium. Chance to jump in and check everything out, including the Court IQ tool we are always referencing here in the video. So without further ado, let's wrap this baby up. My favorite play for Wednesday night in the NBA, you know him as the Beast of the Night. All right, Beast time. You obviously know we're rolling with the Knicks here to keep our theme rolling, and we are going with shooting guard, small forward, RJ Barrett, tonight's Beast of the Night. Now, it's had some down games, and I put that in quotes because this guy's putting up 30 fantasy points, and we're now considering that a down game with some of the games that he has had here this season. But what that should do, keep him a little bit off the radar here. We got the combination of that, big slate of games here tonight, so ownership tends to spread out a little bit. So keep Barrett hidden a little bit here. And at 30 points, well, guess what? He's only been under 30 points on DraftKings one time over the last 6 weeks. So has become ultra consistent, tons of upside in RJ Barrett. We know he's going to get his shots up, can contribute in all the other categories as well. And you don't get much better matchup here than these Portland Trailblazers, allowing the most fantasy points to the small forward position. RJ Barrett in a smash spot here tonight against the Portland Trailblazers, and easily my favorite play on the board in tonight's Beast of the Night. All right, guys, that'll do it for Wednesday night with our correlation / happy hour. Hope you guys enjoyed the picks and the video. If you have any comments, questions, feedback, please hit me up in that comment section right below the video. Don't forget, fantasy points for RJ Barrett on FanDuel for your shot at some free RotoGrinders Premium. And while you're down there, who's your favorite play of the night on this massive slate? Tell me your Beast of the Night in the comment section. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut, guys. Best of luck here tonight in the NBA. Again, go and check out scoresandodds.com/beer. March Madness right around the corner. But good luck tonight. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you.
Hey, thanks for checking out our videos. If you want more expert advice on DraftKings, FanDuel, or any other daily fantasy sports, make sure you check out the current videos playlist.